I heard the paramedic call her name before I even saw her. But it was his face that made my stomach turn, a mix of pity, strain, and something he couldn't bring himself to explain to a husband standing in a hallway at 2:17 a.m. "Sir, your wife is stable," he said, "but there's something you should know." Those words sent a cold shiver straight down my spine. I had no idea that what awaited me behind that hospital curtain would unravel everything I thought I knew about love, trust, and the woman I had spent 10 years building a life with. Weeks later, as I recounted it for my channel, it still felt like I was bleeding through my fingertips. I had been asleep when the call came. The phone's blue glow cut through the dark room like a warning. "Is this Daniel Reyes?" "Yes," I replied, my voice tight. "This is St. George Medical. Your wife has been brought here." "My wife? What happened?" Panic clawed at me. They wouldn't give details over the phone, just urged me to come immediately. I drove through empty streets, the silence around me broken only by the relentless pounding of my own heart. She had told me she was working late, caught up in a sudden deadline. I had even texted her around midnight to check in. She replied with a heart emoji. I clung to that tiny reassurance like a lifeline, unaware how hollow it really was. At the ER, the nurse's hesitant look mirrored the paramedics. Pity and unease in one glance. "She's in room 6. Someone is already with her," the nurse said softly. The words landed wrong. Someone was with my wife at 2 a.m.? My hand trembled as I pulled back the curtain. She was there, pale and exhausted. Beside her sat a man I didn't recognize. The instant I entered, he stood, guilt written across his face like a spotlight. "My wife, Emily," I stammered. "Oh my God," she whispered. "Daniel, wait. Who is he?" My voice shook. Neither of them answered. The silence pressed down, suffocating. Finally, the man spoke. I should go." "No, you stay. Someone needs to explain why my wife is here with you in a hospital bed." I said, my chest tight. Emily hid her face in her trembling hands. When she looked up, her eyes were red, pain, exhaustion, or guilt. I couldn't tell. The truth was coming, and I wasn't ready. The doctor arrived, sensing the tension immediately. "Mr. Reyes, your wife experienced a severe allergic reaction, enough to cause respiratory distress." I blinked. Allergic to what? She didn't have allergies. He hesitated. I pieced it together before he finished. "Latex." Suddenly, it felt like someone was yanking a thread straight from the center of my chest. The other man said gently, "I didn't know she was allergic." "She didn't either," I replied numbly. I just stared at him. "So you two were—" Emily broke down. "Daniel, I'm so sorry. I didn't think this would happen." "Didn't mean what?" "Didn't mean to end up in the ER," she whispered. I looked at him. "You married?" He shook his head. "No. And I didn't know she was at first. When I found out, I tried to end it." She said things were complicated. Emily buried her face. I messed up so badly. I wanted to yell, smash something, tear the world apart. But I couldn't. A heavy, suffocating weight filled my chest. "You were with him," I said quietly. "And the hospital called me. You, her husband, to come help her?" The irony burned like fire. I had rushed here. I had cared. And she had shattered us. "I'm glad you're okay," I said softly. "But I'm done." Tears streamed down her face. "Daniel, please. I can fix this." "I can." "No. You had 5 months to think about what you were doing." I didn't even get 5 seconds. The other man looked down, guilt weighing on him. But he wasn't my concern. She had promised me everything. "I'll grab your things tomorrow." I said, "Stay with him. Stay with anyone. I just can't stay with someone who destroys me and calls it an accident." She reached for me, pleading, "Daniel, don't go home alone tonight." I paused only long enough to answer. "I've been alone for months. I just didn't realize it." Then I walked out. The door slid open like the world was making room for someone I didn't recognize, a version of me who wouldn't go back to who I was before. If you're still here, thank you for listening. Sharing this wasn't easy then, and it isn't easy now. But heartbreak doesn't destroy you. Betrayal doesn't last forever. If you want more real-life stories, help me reach 2,000 subscribers. Take care of your heart. Not everyone will.